All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nyca in with tonight's episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Before I begin, thank you all so very, very much for coming down to the live this after we had a couple of hours ago. It was good to be back with you all. Talking my while swallowing spit child. I enjoyed being back down here with you love things. So let's get a little bit into this review. Child, to me this was a boring episode. I didn't get much out of it, but we're gonna do the best we can to give you the best review I can. Now it's moving day for Eva and Mike, and she said for her it's emotional. She said to finally go to she emotional about leaving her little condo, finally moving into a home her children will grow up in. Now over to Kenya's place, Candy come to visit her, and it's gossip time per usual. Todd, she said, is upset with her. See, Candy been doing the most with that scheduling between filming and Don Juan booking her for events when she is home the 1 or 2, 3 days she there. Kenya knew Todd was gonna be upset. She knew it. She said, "Girl, I bet it. Ooh, he living right now, ain't it?" Candy admit that Todd has valid points, but she's still trying to make it for her and her family. She says she got a lot of people that depends on her, and I was like, well, in the book of my mind, I understand being there for your family, and I understand extending your love to others when you can, but not at the expense of your happiness and your balance that you need to find for your between your work and your man. If you working yourself to the bones just to make sure ends meet for other folks, I think you might want to reevaluate that. Now, it is always good to help those who can't help themselves, but at some point, people got to learn how to figure it out for themselves. Okay, so that's just a little gem right there. Do with what you will. She said Todd already wasn't feeling that sex scene she had did, toppled with no quality time. He upset and Candy started crying. She said that she feel guilty. Kenya told her of the sex scene she saw recently, and Candy said hers was similar to it. And Kenya said, "Girl, that was a lot. Now, ain't no man gonna want that to be popping off with his wife. But if he's still supporting you, you need to make sure that when you are home, you make it count." Now, I got Kenya. I ain't gonna lie, Kenya ain't really the one right now to give advice, but I had to agree with her. You know what I'm saying? How much money does Candy really want to make? You know what I mean? And it says she wished Mark was like Todd. Then she begged Candy to not end up like her, and I said that's a real moment there when you know you jacked up. You know, it's a lot of people in your life that'll come along and listen to some of the problems you have and have excellent advice because they are currently living in it or have lived in it. And you got people who out here won't even tell you the truth and they see in your face and call you friend. I got that out of Kenya right then. Don't end up like me, girl. Now, she says she still got Mark on block until he learned how to talk to her. Candace said her and Mark can possibly, maybe can possibly work things out. I said, Candace, let's not get this woman false hope. Kenya, you know better. Then at the end, she ended up putting Candace out to go spend time with Todd. And I said, good, girl, go keep love alive. I didn't see why you was even here, but I understand why you was here, girl. You got to film. So, girl, you better figure out how to get some balance. Now over at the Bailey Wine Cellar, Cynthia and Mallory talking business and Cynthia offering tips. She wanted to keep employees. Mallory wanted to keep the employees with their 2 days off. Cynthia said, well, one of them days come up and since we closed, somebody want to book a party, go ahead and do that thing. Mallory wasn't feeling it. She said, uh-uh. She don't think that's right. Plus she said, something along the lines of labor laws. And she seemed to, from what I got out of it, Cynthia don't know much about the labor laws. And there are very strict labor laws in this country. However, people being in switch a lot. And girl, depending on how many hours a week these people is getting. Come on now. Come on now. But Cynthia should have known about it and not had to be informed by her daughter because you're a business owner. It's certain things you should know, ma'am. Okay. Then they moved on to having a possible meet and greet, and Mal wanted to know when would Cynthia even be around for the meet and greet. because she's most of the time in LA, and then she come back home to Atlanta. Cynthia said she gonna look in her calendar, and she gonna coordinate time based on what her schedule says. Okay. She also went into saying that Noelle is there because she is daughter. Girl, I got tongue tied. She auditioning for the Salt and Pepper documentary. Now that must be the one we saw previews for last night during the Clock Sister movie on Lifetime. I don't remember in the preview seeing Noelle. Did y'all? If y'all did, remind me. Put it down in the pad. I don't remember seeing Noelle. But anyway, that's good. Noelle wants to do a lot except come back to Atlanta, so she said. And I love seeing her and Leon having that talk with Noelle, letting her know, look, you talking about you don't go back no school or nothing. But here's what you can't do. You don't want to go get no more education, but you won't figure out something to do because what you ain't gonna do is lay around. I appreciated that, and I like the fact they showed us him being involved in that decision making process because even though her mom and dad haven't been together for years, they still work as a collective when it comes to her, and that was good to see. We need to see more of that, especially if the relationship don't last. We don't need to see the parents battling it out and whatnot. Okay. She says she's staying at Noelle is staying at the place she and Mike have out there in LA, and Mike is urging her, when you gonna come? I got your daughter here, but when I'm gonna be able to get you there? Cynthia says she gonna have to figure something out real soon. But to be honest, she not ready to give up Lake Bailey because that's something she did for her. So she gonna have to figure out how to have it all. I said, we need those ambitious bitches, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Figure it out, girl. Mallory says she likes Mike because Mallory says she likes Mike because Mike is strong and he can kind of keep Cynthia on track. Cause she an alpha male, and some of the men that came through her way, she wasn't able to be overpowered by. I said, but remember, never mind, girl. Anyway, over at Portia. We see her and PJ and Dennis together, family style. He taking pics of PJ. She is so adorable and definitely his child. He could never deny her. Then they get to talking about his work schedule and the commute. And he said that he's trying to be there, as much as he can, but he ain't gonna be able to be there like that much longer. And she wanna know why. She said, we pretty soon you're gonna have to figure out how you're gonna work everything out because pretty soon I'm gonna be wanting you to be here every night again. Dennis said he ain't got no problem being there as much as he can, but he is not his stuff is elsewhere, and he's not bringing his stuff back there. He's not moving his stuff back out so she can put him out again. She reminded him that it was his infidelity that led to him getting put out. But now they back together and working on being better and committed. Why you giving me pushback while I'm telling you what needs to be happening? Now, he doesn't want also to have a wedding. The other date didn't happen. He wants to go hitch and she ain't feeling it. Dennis really do act like he got dating relationship got off track somehow because of her. No, old powerful looking ass ninja, you cheated. That's why none of the stuff that y'all was supposed to have done, including which is getting married, never came to fruition because you cheated. Hell, he acting like she procrastinated. I just don't get it. She didn't procrastinate. You cheated. She broke up with you and put your ass out. Now y'all back together. So you should be grateful and stop trying to play around. He get on my nerves. I know what it is. If you in and back to where and going to have your info can't have one because you don't possible people who know what you did to her. Like she said, here for going out like for baby showers and reveals. You're not that man that you portray your dirty star show came away how you get it. Now you want to change the girl take away things that a woman wants in her when she getting ready to become one with a man. It ain't many women that's okay with just people going down to the poorhouse. A lot of women, that's one of the big things we want is to have a beautiful wedding. It ain't gotta be extravagant, but we gotta be acknowledged fully. And I like I talk, I don't blame Portia. She said she want a wedding, and she said she having one, regardless of what he over there sitting there saying. Talking about she ain't got no friends. Child, whatever. Then he went into talking about a prenup. They'll discuss the wedding after they get the prenup situation together. Because once again, she put him out before making it clear what was hers was hers. She just ended up walking away from him. Didn't even leave him no cookies, girl. Said he wasn't getting no cookies. She baked in the oven and she wasn't going to get no cookies. None of the other cookies, Mr. Hot Dog Man. Uh-huh. She wasn't having it. Portia, listen to your intuition. If I don't know how much of that y'all really doing for the camera, but girl, he don't sound like he 100% vested either. Because now he's finding fault in things that he otherwise did not have no problem with prior to you catching him. Now, over down at the Nene house, she is laying rose petals and on the floor. She got a lingerie on for Greg. G Money, I'm sorry, she called him. And then she tell him to come get him some honey because it's their anniversary, honey. To do you know what today is? It's our anniversary. I said, yes, God, come on through, child. They cut a rug for a few minutes and then it's champagne and toast time. She said last year was the worst year they actually have. In all the 23 years they've been together. She said Greg had his cancer scare, was a lot of pressure on him. During his cancer scare, he became, I guess, impotent for a while. He wasn't able to perform. He had a colostomy bag, and at one point they was living in separate rooms. She said they even tossed around the idea of having an open marriage. Of course, Greg shut that down real quick, honey. He don't want nobody uh gardening in his garden or some shit like that, child. One of the more funny ass, hick ass things he got. But nevertheless, he wasn't playing that, you know. And looking at their relationship, let me tell you something. I gave Nene hell last year, and it simply was because I understand your husband is fighting cancer. That's not something that he brought upon himself. That's nothing he can help. And although you may be afraid that something could happen, he could go to the other side, you might be scared. But you don't act out on your husband and you don't act out on your friends. Greg did act out a little bit, but don't y'all know when people caretaking for folks who sick, that sometimes they acting out because they simply are afraid themselves. It makes you a little ornery, especially if you get to a certain age, and Greg is of a certain age. But it's good to see that they can look back now, 23 years, two marriages, Greg cancer free right now, and they are better today and grateful. And that just did my heart good. It did. Child, Greg, she wanted to watch a movie. Greg said, shit, girl, look, I think I'm getting my mojo back. I don't want to watch a movie. I want to make me one. I say, yes, God. So clearly his libido has returned full strength because he got all up under them covers. Now, Eva is now a homeowner at the age of 35, and she is super excited. Portia, we see she at work. While Todd is doing a walkthrough of this baby shower themed movie of he wanna have his baby shower theme on a movie set. Candy FaceTimed him to check on him. And Don Juan was there too. She said if anything not going right, he gonna be able to handle it since she out of town on her little movie thing she be doing. Okay. Cynthia goes to visit Kenya. She upstairs going through Mark's closet. Did y'all peep her serial chiller of hers? Oh, that was so cool. I said, oh, that's gorgeous. I like that thing. Serial chiller. Not killer, chiller. I like that. Anyway, Cynthia is there. Kenya trying to figure out what to do with Mark's stuff because he do FaceTime with Brooklyn, but they haven't really had a talk yet. What the hell wrong with Kenya? Now let's go, let go, let God. Even Cynthia wasn't feeling that. She said he treat her like she the nanny. She waiting on Mark to tell her if he wants to marry. Cynthia said, "You can't do it alone. It ain't about what he wants. It has to be a decision both of y'all decide to make to try to keep yourselves together. And as of right now, he has not shown you any of that. In fact, it's the opposite. Now, if you say he can have his stuff, send that shit to him. But leaving the door open that he can send it back or bring it back, oh no, ma'am, honey. Girl, a woman heart is like a treasure box. Baby, once you in, you in. But once you get out of there and that box locked again, you is out. It's not worth it, not even for Brooklyn. And then she went a little deeper in talking about she don't even have his parents' number. She is not a permitted or never has had the access to being able to even simply FaceTime with this man's mama. They ain't never seen Brooklyn. So, Jimmy, that says that all right there. You came from a background where you wanted to have a relationship with your mama and she did not want that. So don't why would you put your daughter in a situation like that knowing how that feels? You set her up for failure with that alone. Girl, I was like Cynthia when she said all of that. Girl, what do you feel said? Let's go on and cut up his clothes real quick and throw some bleach on it. Oh, Cynthia said Mark never gave her the basic contact info on Brooklyn's grandparents says a lie. Kenya said she just never thought it would be like this. Well, I don't think nobody going to a marriage thinking that they gonna break up. But girl, sometimes shit happens. But it's some warning signs. I always tell you ladies each and every time there's always warning before destruction. Those little things that make you pause or you notice, don't overlook that stuff thinking it's gonna get better or oh I'm just making too much out of it. Girl, make a lot of it because if you talking about lifetime commitment, the life you saving by being cautious and asking questions could be your own. Okay, that's how I feel about that. I'm recording. Um, then we meet. Let me see. I think I don't got lost in my place right here. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my shit back together, honey. Mm-hmm. Okay. She ended up saying she didn't want to pack his stuff. She'll leave it to the mover. Child, she said she going through the emotions of seeing how he would build his closet up little by little with each visit. And even when he wasn't there, just knowing his belongings was near, where she could smell them, comforted her. When he was away. Kenya, I'm gonna say this again. Move on. Never interfere with him parenting with Brooklyn, but let him go in your heart. He not the one. No man that truly loves you would ever handle your heart so recklessly, publicly or in private. He treated her like she the side chick that got pregnant and kept the baby. Mark ain't shit to me because a man handles himself much better. That's how I feel about him. Now we go over to even how Cynthia visited child. Beautiful home inside and out. She said she wanted Cynthia to be the first of the girl, I guess housewives to come through since she lives so close. Three exits away from her is where we found out. She said that she feels safe in that house because it's got a great up to date alarm system. She said Marley's father, Kevin, has gone to court on her since they last chit chatted. He wants to get Marley's name changed back because remember Mike adopted her. Then he asking her for custody of Marley. Cynthia said she wasn't aware, but I said, girl, that's lies because she was all over the blog. Girl, what are you talking about? But okay. She said he crazy, but she's not gonna live in fear anymore, and neither will his craziness affect their daughter Marley. Then they move on to talking about Cynthia's upcoming wedding on 10/10/20. And she asked Cynthia, where you gonna be living? Cynthia said she wanted to figure that out. Then they moved over to talking about Kenya and her going over to help her pack Mark's stuff. And Eva wasn't even shady. She said she hates that's what the situation is, but Kenya will find the right man. Cynthia worried because she know Kenya still want Mark, but he's not acting like he want her back. So they just basically leave it right there with a clip in there. We hoping the best for Kenya. Nova and Candace, she's back in town and she and Todd waiting on their male counselor named Michelle to arrive, right? Todd didn't really want counseling, Candace said, but seeing so much tension and problems in the relationships of their friend group, child, she said she choosing to be proactive. So we see Michelle come in and Candy introduce herself and Todd. Michelle from England. He's agreed up, specializing in couples who are having communication problems, which is exactly what's happening here. Then Candy moves into on into her and her and Todd's situation. Active lives with three kids. In fact, one of the three kids will be born very shortly. She explained the surrogate situation and the stresses that went along with that. Child, Todd said that in his estimation, what's going on is they so focused on success, they haven't taken time to enjoy one another. Once again, he said he supports her acting, but when she come home and waste time on what he calls miscellaneous bullshit, that's that there is where the problem begins. He said going to events and your friends' gatherings and hanging out with your friends may be important to them, but it's not as important as keeping your family together and them together as a couple. At this point, Candy is crying as she normally would be doing because Todd mentioned a time, or two, where Ace would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and come looking for his mama, and he got to put him in the bed with him in confidence. He wants Candy to focus on family and prioritize her time. He cool with her going to work, but when you home, be that home. Well, when asked how she feels, she admitted that she do try to find balance, but State Todd is really coming down on her for the things he do because he be gone as well. Girl, look, the bottom line is we went through the difference between them in parenting styles. He's more hardcore, Candy more soft. And at the end of that, Michelle gave him a good piece of advice. Y'all both got a good thing going on. The fact y'all willing to sit here and even talk about this says all is not lost. But what y'all need to do is try to focus more on Candy and Todd as a couple. Prioritize that. Meaning, Candy, you're going to have to let some stuff go. He ain't asking you to quit your career, girl. He's only asking you to holler at Don Juan and let Don Juan know that every time I come home, I don't need to be booked for 3 and 4 events because somewhere in all of this, I need to find time for my husband. And they said they were gonna focus, and I hope that they do, because I like seeing Candy and Todd together. I like the fact that they are power couple and they be trying to get it because don't sleep on Todd, he be doing this thing too. But I also understand that man lonely. If I can sit here and be okay with you being gone as long as you have to be gone at times, being the parent here, the stay-at-home parent, while still trying to maintain the businesses that I have going on. When you come home, I'm gonna need you to spend some time there. So hopefully that will sink into her skull. Next week is Lord, thank you, Jesus, the season finale. I'm so ready for this shit to be over and done with, family. I really am. Now I'm hearing we're gonna be doing virtual reunions, so I guess we're gonna get prepared for that. But that was it. That was all. Y'all get down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on tonight's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you have not already become a love thing over here, child, go on and tap the subscribe button on this channel, as well as my backup channel, Lady Nyca Live. The link for the second channel and all my information will always appear in the description box below the title of this video. I'm about to log off and really nod out of this world for this day. I'm tired now and I'm gonna lay down. Y'all remember in closing, as always, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. Join me tomorrow for hopefully if I get up in time, the morning brew, child. But that's it. Have a great remainder to your Sunday night, and I plan on doing the same.